told you that Alice intended to say out the lines from the poem of Isaac Watts, the morality verse, how doth the little busy bee, but instead she uttered the lines of the second part of the poem, that how doth the little crocodile. So it happened because of the dwindling state of mind. She couldn't make it out, she couldn't frame up the actual lines, so instead of that these lines came out. It is actually the lines which here, how doth the little crocodile. It is actually a poem by Lewis Carroll, which I told you, which appears in 1865's his novel Alice Adventures in Wonderland. And this part of the poem, it is recited by Alice in second chapter as she attempts to recall against idleness and mischief by Isaac Watts, the part like how doth the little busy bee. So the first stanza is, how doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale. It means the poet is talking about the crocodile that lives in the river Nile. He tells us that the crocodile improves his looks by pouring water on his body, which makes it shine, and the scales appears to be golden under the rays of the sun. This will make him look very attractive to the fishes, the little fishes that he wants to prey on. And the second stanza says, how cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spread his claws and welcome little fishes in with his gently smiling jaws. So the second stanza, it means that the crocodile cheerfully grins and smiles, but his smile is a mask, it's a cover he puts to hide his real intention of attracting the fishes. Behind the fake smile is a beast. We all know that crocodiles are very much dangerous creatures, and it's a very dangerous beast. And the crocodile was neatly spread his claws, all the while lurking and waiting for an opportunity to strike at the innocent little fishes that may come to exchange pleasantries with him just by seeing his smiling, the golden scales, the shiny scales. So this is a clear setup for the crocodile to hunt the small fishes. So this is what the poem we got here, against idleness and mischief, and its parody, how doth the little crocodile. So this part, it's very humorous. It's very, in comparing to the first part of the poem, how doth the little busy bee. So here we will know, as what it's given in the book, we will know about the poets. Isaac Watts, who born in the year 1674 and died in the year 1748, was an English hymn writer, theologian and logician. He has written more than 650 hymns. Many of his hymns remain in use today and have been translated into several languages. His work was mainly religious. And whereas in Lewis Carroll, he was pseudonym of Charles Ludwig Dodson, 1832. He born in the year 1832 and died in the year 1898. He was an English writer and mathematician. His most famous works, like if we are going to see in a sequel, like Alice Adventure in Wonderland, and its sequel is Through the Looking Glass. So Carroll used parodies for many famous poems and puzzles in his work. He also wrote many nonsense poems. So nonsense poem means poems that use meaningless made up words. So this is all about what we got about the two poets of this poem. So here you see Alice, instead of where she wants to read the lines, where she wants to say the lines about the busy bee, the old morality verse against idleness and mischief to overcome the panic situation when she fall down there in the rabbit hole, and after taking the potion she become small. Again taking the piece of cake, she grew very tall, that her head got stuck on the roof of the hall. So she was in a dwindling state of mind. She was confused. She was utter numb at that particular moment. So to overcome the situation, she tried to say out this poem, which will give her moral strength, which will give her stability, which will give her strength and positiveness. But instead, because of that particular dwindling state of mind, she uttered these lines: how doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail? So it all came because of that particular state of mind. She was totally disturbed. And Lewis Carroll, he nicely projected this part in his novel, and it totally matched with the situation where Alice was at that particular time in that second chapter. So this is a humorous poem, the later part, we should know. And I want you people, if possible, try to find out the second and third stanza of the first part of the poem, against idleness and mischief. If you cannot, just ask me. I will try to give you in the remaining two stanzas in our groups, and by that you will able to get the whole poem, the morality verse. And I want you students to by heart this first two stanza of this poem, whatever we got, against idleness and mischief, so that it will help you in framing up your own parody. If you want, you will able to frame up your own parody, and I want you to do that, framing up a new parody, and try to send it to me in the group itself. You take your time. I am not going to provide any kind of stipulated time or something like that. You take your time. Whenever you can, you send me. And along with that, try to by heart this parody part also. And regarding the question answers and the details which we are having here in the exercise part, we will discuss in the group itself. I will provide you the answers as well. And need to know, try to find out some of the famous parody in English literature. Name them. No need to write down the parody whole, just try to name it down and send it to me in the group itself. Thank you, students.